Hey guys, today we'll be going over how to kill Damien. For Damien, you could solo this with about 20k stat or 6-man this with 10k stat, assuming the 10k players have proper builds. That means attack on the bonus potential, proper boss damage, and IED. Probably need around at least 90% IED in order to do damage to him. For Damien, the phase 1, you need to be able to do complete the phase 1 with at least over 10 minutes, right? At 10 minutes, that means the run fails. Preferably, you want 15 minutes. 15 minutes is guaranteed you could clear it. And then 12, 13 minutes left by the time you enter phase 2. It's like a 50-50 coin flip, depending on what class you have, but you're going to really struggle. So if you're just struggling to clear this and you get to phase 2 and it's less than 12 minutes, I suggest just quit. You're not going to be able to clear it. You're going to need more damage. For Damien, you guys need to know that there is a mark counter on the top of your head. The counter is 7. If you get to 7 counters, you're dead. Throughout the fight, Damien will randomly apply 1 counter every 30 seconds to somebody in the party. If you take certain hits from him, you will also get an increase in counter. When your counter is about 3 or 4, start looking for the altar. The altar, what you could walk there and then press the interact key to channel. Once the channel goes is over, your counter resets. While you're channeling, you could walk and duck in between the area of the altar. If you walk too far away from the altar, your channel cancels. So you could use that to just time to dodge the flying swords. Because if you get hit, you will cancel your channel. The other attack to take note of is the poison gas coming up. Well, when the Damien, it could pop a channel on the floor. It's like a circle, and then the gas will pop out. When you first see the dark circle on the floor, it takes 3 seconds for the gas to show up, and the gas does 100% HP damage. So a lot of classes will die. Certain classes with percent HP damage reduction, you could just tank it. Paladin can tank it. Now, if you tank it, then you just get a mark counter on your 7 counter mark. The final attack you should worry about is when the sword gets on the ground, it starts pulsating. So like every few seconds, it starts to pop. When the sword pops and you're on the if you touch it, you will take 99% HP damage. That means every single class in the game can tank it as long as your HP is full. So if you couldn't dodge it, just pop a elixir and then just tank it. Otherwise, you could just jump up. The same thing with the poison gas. If you jump up, it will not attack you either. Everything else from Damien, you can just tank it, like the dash and then the sword flying around. You can just tank them. They don't do a lot of damage. This is pretty much it for phase 1. You can skip over to phase 2 to get to know about phase 2 mechanics. For phase 2, just remember everything will kill you except the sword dash and then the fireballs dropping down. So just one thing to forgot to mention is the fireballs dropping down, it doesn't kill you, but one of the best ways for a thief class to do DPS while the fireball dropping down phase is to pop dark sight and then DPS and then dark sight. So while in a dark sight, you don't get hit from a fireball. In phase 2, there are blue balls randomly targeting people. While in the blue ball, you will only do 10% damage, and your potions will only also heal 10%. So you're gonna have to lure the blue balls away and then fight Damien while kiting the blue ball. As the phase goes on, the balls will go from one ball, two balls, three balls, and they also grow in size. When Damien is on the right side of the map and he teleports away, he most likely just teleports back to the left corner. Sometimes he teleports to the middle, but that chance of that happening is very low. So the strategy is always to lure Damien to the right side and then hit it a couple times. He doesn't stay in the right side very long, so just jump all the way back to the left, assuming you lure the ball to the right. So by the time you get to the left, the ball is still on the right side of the map, and Damien will just teleport right in front of your face, and you get a lot of DPS in that way. Another interesting attack to notice for Damien phase 2 is when he does the tornado attack, if you get hit by those fireball, it's not going to kill you, but it will keep giving you a counter on the 7 counter marks. So if you get 7 marks, you just instantly die. So while he's doing that, just watch out for the claws coming down. Like if you get hit by the claw, you get stunned and you have to do the left, right, up, down arrow minigame. And most of the time, you're not going to do the minigame fast enough to get out, and you take a lot of hits from the fireballs, and your counter builds up, and you're probably gonna die. Keep in mind, because of all the counters, and sometimes you have to suicide to get more TPS in, especially if Damien is flying up there in the sky. You probably want like 6 lives at least getting into phase 2. Uh, like if you die at 4 times in phase 1, you know you're not good enough because you already die at phase 1, which is very easy. So if you have 6 lives, less than 6 lives by phase 2, just give up. You're gonna have to practice again. Preferably get to phase 2 with like 7, 8 lives at least 7, 8. But like under 6 is definitely not doable for you. One of the most important attack to notice for Damien is when he gets to like around 20% or less HP, he can start doing a full map stun attack. And when you get stunned, you have to do the left and right spam. The key strategy to do it is to use both hands. One hand left arrow, the other hand right arrow, and spam it at the same time. Using one hand is, in my experience, doesn't get you out. If you use two hands, you can get it out, and you get about 3 seconds, 4 seconds to attack him. Um, During that time, if you do enough damage, you will cancel his ultimate. If you fail to cancel his ultimate, about 5-10 seconds later, he will do a full map wipe attack. That this one will kill everybody, no matter if you're a paladin or a thief or whatever, you're gonna die. The only way is to use iframe or like a god mode skill. Special thanks to our members for help making this video possible. Amy Chang, Monkz, Henddrot Glory, Insuperable, psoon, akubryant, Koraje.